Hello everyone, my name is Dominic Etienne. I'm going to be presenting information to you about the importance of the library object, how it affects you as a user on the current configuration management tool that you're using. Now, I'd like to go ahead and start off by saying that the library is the most important part of the configuration management tool for you. Without the library, you cannot document your network. I currently manage over 65,000 library objects in the database, and all of the objects you may be looking for could possibly be in the library right now. Now I'll go over some information that covers mTOSI data, the issues with mTOSI data in the object model, and examples of these issues and points of confusion for the configuration management system. I have been creating library objects in multiple configuration management tools for the past 8 years. I have dealt with element management systems, which are also called EMSs, and how it is translated into mTOSI, which is also called a multi-technology operations system interface. This particular type of format is taken and pushed into the configuration management tool for it to upload into the system. There are multiple systems being used that have different configurations out on the network, and I have to validate each one of these library objects to make sure that they work in multiple environments of the configuration management tool. Now sometimes I run into problems with the current configuration of mTOSI files along with information that's in the configuration management tool. When I take a look at this information, I have to identify what discovery has come through and said the device is comprised of, and then I have to bounce that against the template of the library object to make sure that both of them match. If both of them do not match, I have to then go and make specific changes to the library object to match the configuration of the mTOSI file. Now, the library object models had to be reviewed, a risk analysis had to be done for any changes, tests need to be run on new configurations, and newly configured objects placed in production environment for customer use has to have all of this information done and complete before it can happen. Now the examples I'm going to show you are the M7i and the M10i from Juniper. These configuration changes had to be done on both of these routers. These Juniper routers have logical configurations that are different than the physical router itself. The M10i and the M7i both have two logical flexible PIC concentrators, or FPC, slots that report cards in them but do not show up as a physical card in a slot. Instances of these devices are difficult to correct after they're in the production environment. In conclusion, I wanted to make sure you understand that there are a lot of library objects already in the database. Information I need to take in consideration is how mTOSI will be handled by the configuration management tool before I build the library object. What effects will the library object have on the system if it is modeled incorrectly, and what effect will changes have on data that I assigned to the library object model being used. All these items must be addressed before building the library object. If you have any questions, please address your questions now. It has 4 PIC slots that are shown by the arrows, a FIC slot, and a routing engine slot that I've got